Hi guys, this is Vineet and welcome to this video. Today we will be discussing on Integration Services ETL Project tutorial part 8, and this will be a totally practical video, I would say. We do discuss some notes on this. So guys, this video has prior 7 parts. If you have not completed those parts, I would highly recommend please go ahead and do so. So completing all the 7 parts is essential to begin with this part, which is part 8. We are building an ETL project, so we have covered building that project in 7 parts. This is part 8 to that video. And guys, if you are new to this channel, please go ahead and immediately subscribe to this channel. There is a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon. Select all notifications to get notifications regarding all my future videos. Alright, let's continue. So before you start with this video, there are some points to remember. Please watch this video till the end to gain better clarity of the concept. And if it's possible for you, please watch this video twice or as many times as you want until your understanding gets cleared. And perform the exercises mentioned in the video in your test and lab environments only. Do not touch any production environments or production databases. And we would like to know your thoughts regarding our videos. So please do share your comments, suggestions, any feedback, any requirements, any day-to-day experiences with SQL Server. Maybe you may let us know about the situation where my content has helped you somewhere. Alright, let's move ahead. So guys, I've created some playlists for you to watch. Some of them are database design, tables, business continuity, indexing, performance tuning, and integration services playlist. This video belongs to the integration services playlist category, and in total if I say, we have more than 200 videos posted on our channel, and the integration services playlist has more than 20 videos at present, and this video also belongs to the integration services category. So the reason why I create playlists for you guys is that if you want to learn any particular topic, for example, if you want to learn about integration services, for example, the best way is to go to a playlist, watch all the videos from top till bottom, or the first video till the end video. Watch all of the videos to gain better understanding in that particular domain. Alright, so this is true for all the other playlists as well. Alright guys, so I have a channel page link as well given here as well. So all the links for playlists and channel page link is also given in the video description area, so you can go to the video description area and check out all the links. Alright, let's come back to the topic, which is we were building an integration services ETL project. So let's go to notes quickly, and today I will be discussing on adding the SSIS package configuration for the package deployment model. We will discuss on this topic, and we will cover some practicals as well. Alright, so let's continue from here. So this is the topic for today, and basically we will add some SSIS package configuration for the package deployment model. So first of all, what are package configurations? Let's discuss on that. What are package configurations? So basically the package configuration, if we talk about, it lets you set the runtime properties and variables from outside the development environment. So if you want to set some variables or properties of the package from outside the development environment, that can be done via the package configurations. So basically, if we can say the configurations, if we talk about, so configurations allow you to develop packages that are basically flexible and easy to both deploy and distribute. Alright, so we have following configuration types in, so we have following configuration types in Microsoft integration services. So what are these configuration types we have here? So the first one is for configuration we have XML configuration file. We have environment variables. That we can configure. We have registry entries. We have parent package variable. We have SQL Server table. Alright, so these are some of the configuration items or configuration types available inside the SQL Server integration services. So we can use basically the package configuration wizard to create an XML configuration that updates the directory property of the ForEach Loop Container. So I think you got it, guys. We can use the package configuration wizard, which I will show you shortly, to create an XML configuration and updates the XML configuration is updating the directory property of our each loop container. And we will use a so we will use a package variable, or maybe package level variable we can say, map to the directory property. So in this case we will be using the package variable that will map to the directory property. And once you create the configuration file, right? So once your configuration file is created, alright, you will modify the value of the variable from outside the okay. So let me reiterate. So we will use a package level variable which will be mapped to the directory property, and once we create the configuration file we will modify the value of the variable, this variable, the package level variable. We'll modify the value of this variable from outside the development environment. So we will modify the value of the variable from outside the development environment to a new sample data folder path. Alright. And when we run the package again, the configuration file populates the value of the variable. So when we run the package again, we will use this configuration file. When we run the package again, the configuration file will populate the values of the variable. Alright. And the variable in turn updates the directory property. Alright. The package then iterates through the files in the new data folder. Okay. So once the directory path is updated, the package then iterates through the files in the new data folder, which we will set via the variable rather than in the original hard-coded folder. So in our project we have a hard-coded folder where the package will look for files and go through them via the ForEach loop. Alright. So basically, if you haven't completed the prerequisites required, which are lesson 1 prerequisites, what I would recommend is go to my previous video, lesson 1, and perform the prerequisites. And guys, please watch all the part 7 before going ahead with this video. Alright. So basically what we will be doing in this video is we will be using an XML configuration file to set a variable which in turn will change the directory property of the project. Alright. So let's see how you can do that, and basically the package configuration wizard can be used to create an XML file that basically updates the directory property of the for each loop container, and we will use the package level variable for that. Let us show you how to do that now. Okay, let's move ahead. Now what will be the task we will be performing in this lesson? So our step 1 would be we will copy the previous package, right, like we did before, right? So we copied the lesson 3 DTSX package earlier, so this time we will copy the lesson 4 dot DTSX package, right? So whatever package we have built, we will copy that. Second step would be to enable and configure the, what we will do, we will enable and configure the package configurations. Alright. Step 3 would be we will modify the directory path or directory property configuration value. Alright. And step 4 would be we will be testing the package that we have built. So we will test the lesson 5 DTSX package. Alright. So let's go through this step one by one. So we are starting with the step 1 where we will copy the lesson 4 package. So let's dive into that. So in this task we will create a copy of lesson 4 DTSX package which we had previously built, and if you have not completed previous exercise, please go ahead and do so. And we can add the completed lesson 4.dtsx package that is included with the, okay, so we had created a lesson 4.dtsx project earlier. So let me open up the Visual Studio and load that SSIS solution which I am building, under which I have various packages. So waiting for it to open. Okay, it's gonna take some time. Okay, still waiting for it to load. Alright, it's loaded. So I have a SSIS tutorial showing up in here where I had built the, let me turn on the power, otherwise it will stop quickly. Okay guys, I have turned on the power now. Okay. Alright, so okay, so we have opened the Visual Studio project and my solution is loading. I have opened my SSIS solution which I was building, and we had completed till we had created the lesson 4.dtsx package earlier, and we will copy the same in this procedure and in this step. So we are covering right now the step 1, this one we are covering right here, and let's just wait for the solution to load quickly. Okay, solution is I think about to load. Alright, so the solution is loaded, and we see that lesson 4 DTSX package is opened over here. Let's close that. Let's close this as well. Okay, I've closed it. So we have lesson 4.dtsx package over here. Alright. So we need to right click on the lesson4.dtsx package and then select the copy option, and then we need to right click on the SSIS packages and click paste. So we got a copy of it with the name lesson4 space 1.dtsx. Let's rename it to lesson5.dtsx. Alright, so this will be our lesson5.dtsx package. So I pressed enter. It is already opened in the design window, right? So we have opened the package. Otherwise, if the package is not opened, what you can do is you can double click on the lesson5 DTSX package to open it. Now right click anywhere in the background of the control flow. So we are on the control flow tab, right? So right click anywhere in the background of the control flow design surface and select the properties. It should so properties windows are coming on the right hand side. So as we have copied the process, we generally generate a new ID for this package. Otherwise we have seen that we get a different ID every time, but yeah, for security sake, let's generate a new ID. So new ID is generated, so we are fine here. So alright, this is done. So step 1 is done, guys. Let me save this. So let's come to step 2, which is enabling and configuring the package configurations. So let's see how to do that. Let's go inside Visual Studio. So we will enable and configure the package configurations. Alright, let's see how to do that, how to enable and configure the package configuration. So in this task, what we will do, we will convert the project into a package deployment model. So right now we have a project, right? So we will turn the project into a package deployment model, right? And enable the package configurations using the package configuration wizard. So first of all, we will convert the project to a package deployment model. And second thing is we will enable package configurations using the package configuration wizard. Now you can use this wizard to generate an XML configuration file that contains the configuration settings for the directory property of the ForEach Loop Container. The value of the directory property is supplied by a new package level variable that you can update at runtime. Okay, and you also populate the new sample data folder to use for testing. Alright, so let's work on it. So let's create a package level variable mapped to the directory property. Now on the control flow tab and select the background of the control flow tab in SSIS designer. The selection sets the scope for the variable you create to the package. Alright, so we have clicked on the background of the control flow tab in the SSIS designer. So this will create our variable in a package. Now on the SSIS menu, which is under the extension menu, so under SSIS menu there is a variable option, so click on that. Now in the variable window, we see we already have a variable which is var file name, and it's a package level variable. It is showing lesson 5, right? Now we can click on the add variable button over here, right? And we are naming this variable. This is the variable which is added. Now let's name this variable var folder name. So this is my variable name, var folder name. And please do remember in mind that variables are case sensitive over here. So variable names are case sensitive, right? And now we need to verify that the scope box shows the name of the package, which is lesson 5, which is correct. And set the value of the data type box to the box of the var folder name variable to. So this is the var folder name variable. Let's set the data type of this to string. Alright, because the path will be a string. Now this package is set right? And we are not setting the value over here. Now return to the control flow tab by double clicking on, now close this. I have added the variable and we can definitely see this variables using this variable window. Let's close it. Now return, we are on the control flow tab. Now double click the for each file in folder container. So this is the container for each file in folder. Now double click on this container and we got this box for each loop editor. Alright, and this we have a collections page, right? So on the collections page for the for each loop editor, select the expression. So where is the expression? So expand this section. So we have an expression over here, right? So otherwise what I have given here is the part to the currency files. I have installed the sample data in this location, right? So it contains the currency file and the files are with the name currency start.txt. Earlier I had added this path. So this is a static hard-coded path. Now I'm defining an expression over here, right? So on the collection page of the for each loop editor, select expression. Then we need to click on the ellipsis button over here, right? Now it will open up property expressions editor. We need to select in the property in the list and then select the directory. So we need to select directory over here, right? And in the expression box, again I need to click on the ellipsis button. Alright, so this is the property. We are setting the directory property. Okay, and give me a moment, guys. Alright guys, now what you need to do is you need to expand the, we are in the expression builder box, so you need to expand on the variables and parameters folder and drag the variable user var folder name. So this is the variable that we had created. We need to drag this to the expression box. So we have added the variable to the expression box, right? And select OK to exit the expression builder box and OK to exit the property expression editor and then OK to exit the for each loop editor. Alright, so let's save the package over here. Now so far what we have done is we have created a package level variable and mapped it to the directory property. Alright, so mapping is done. So mapping is done here as shown over here, right? Double click on the box. Under the collection section you have defined the expression where you have added a variable directory and we have added a user defined variable over here, and earlier we had created a user variable via the SSIS menu. Alright, so I'm here, my project is saved, right? Alright, so now what I will do, I will enable the package configurations. Alright, so I don't know what step it is. Alright, so far we have created a variable mapping. Now we will enable the package configuration, guys. So alright, let's go ahead and do so. So let's go to Visual Studio and on the project menu over here, so we have project menu over here, there's an option convert to package deployment model. So you see here, this basically converts your package to a package deployment model. Okay, so click on that and you get the warning. Just read through the warning. It is saying this will change your project to use the package deployment model. You cannot perform this conversion if you are using any features unique to the project deployment model. Alright, so right now we are using the project deployment model. Now we are converting this project deployment model to a package deployment model. Alright, so in case we are using any features which are unique to the package deployment model, such as if we are using parameters in here, we will not be able to convert. And before conversion, All packages in this project will be checked. So we have 5 packages in this project. So before conversion, all these 5 packages in the project will be checked for compatibility with the package deployment model. And this may take several minutes if the project contains many packages. And we can click on OK to proceed. Alright. So select OK on the warning prompt, and once the conversion is complete, select OK in the Convert to Package Deployment Model dialog box. So basically it is failing on one thing, so it is referring to something like, so all 5 packages are fine, and the project is showing some incompatibility over here. So it is saying the project is not compatible with the package deployment model, as one or more features unique to the project deployment model have been detected. Alright, so the project is using something. So the project is not compatible with the package deployment model. One of more features unique to the project deployment model have been detected. Address the corresponding errors to make the project compatible. And for more information, click failed in the result table. So we can check from this what features are being used that are project deployment model specific features. So it is saying that SSIS tutorial is using a project connection manager. Alright, so it is using project connections manager, and to make it compatible with the package deployment model, remove the project connection managers. So let me see where are the project connection managers. So we have some connections manager over here, okay, which is not allowing us to convert the project into package deployment model. Let me look into that and get back to you. Okay guys, so we were getting the error while we were doing the project convert to package deployment model. So whenever I do that, I get the error that the project has failed as a whole, which is the SSIS tutorial, which is the solution name. If we click on the result button or the failed button, we see that it is giving us an indication that SSIS tutorial is using a project connection managers, and to make it compatible with the package deployment model, remove the project connection manager. So if we take a look at our package, we see we have some connections manager over here, approximately 4 connections manager. But if we see the rightmost connection manager, that's a project connection manager because it has a project written inside the bracket. So we need to convert it into a package connection manager. Alright, so let's convert it to a package connection instead of a project connection. Let's do OK, and it is now converted to a package connection. Alright, now let me again do the same thing, convert to the package deployment model. So currently we are into the project deployment model. I am converting it to package deployment model. Alright, okay, let's click on this. Give me a second guys, before I click on. Okay, let's continue. Let's go to project, right, and select convert to package deployment model, and click on the OK button on the warning prompt. Now this time we didn't get any warning, right? Earlier we were getting the warning. Now click on OK. Select OK in the convert to package deployment model dialog box that we already did. Now let's click OK over here. Now select the background of the control flow tab in the SSIS designer, and on the SSIS menu go to extension SSIS. Select package configuration, so which is the second option. Earlier we configured the variable part, now let's configure the package configurations. So window has opened, so which is a package configurations organizer. Now in the package configuration organizer dialog box, select enable package configurations, okay, and then click on the add button at the bottom, right. So once you click on the add button, you will get this wizard, which is a package configuration wizard, right. we need to click on the next button over here, and on the select configuration type page, so this is the select configuration type page, right? Verify that the configuration type is, so this is configuration type, it sets to it should be set to XML configuration file. We need to verify that. The other options as well we discussed before, so but we need XML configuration file over here, right? So we have confirmed that it's set to XML configuration file, and on the select configuration type page, click on the browse button. So let's click on that. Now it has opened a select configuration file location dialog box, and it is open to the project folder, which is SSIS tutorial. Now in the select configuration file location dialog box, for file name, enter the, so it will be saved in the project folder, right? So repository and the SSIS tutorial is the path. So here let's save this configuration file. Let's give it a name. Let's give it name SSIS tutorial. Alright, so this will be the name of the configuration file, and the extension for the configuration file is dtsconfig is the extension for this configuration file. So I've typed the name SSIS tutorial and then click on the save button. Alright, file name has come over here, and on the select configuration type page, we need to click on next. Alright, so we are on the select properties to export page indicated by top. So in the select properties to export page in the objects pane, so it's on the left hand side, we need to expand on the variable section. So let's see, we have sections. So we have connections manager, we have log providers, executables, properties, we have variables, right? So it's already expanded. Now expand the var folder name variable, right? And expand on the properties, and then select the value option. So in the last we have value, so let's select on that. So on the right hand side we got some general page. Alright, so we have selected the value, and on the select properties to export page, let's click on next. Alright, so we selected one property, which is value. Now I've clicked on next, and on the completing the visit page, enter the configuration name for configuration, such as SSIS tutorial directory configuration. Let's name it SSIS tutorial directory configuration. Alright, now the configuration name is displayed in the package configuration organizer dialog box here, right? So this name is displaying over here, and let's click on finish, and let's click on close. Alright, so basically what happens is, now the wizard has created a configuration file, which is SSIS tutorial.dts config, that contains the configuration settings for the value of the variable. Alright, because we have selected value for that particular variable over here. So this particular file contains the configuration settings for the value of the variable. That in turn will basically set the directory property of the enumerator as we configured it in the variable section, right? We have configured this variable to configure the directory property, right? We had configured it somewhere, right? A few minutes back, so please check that. Where have we configured? Alright, so we are done till here. Now what a configuration, so a configuration file is now created. Now what does configuration file contains? So configuration file typically contains complex information about the package properties, but for this tutorial the only configuration information should be, let me show you what is this. So it's inside the repository, right? So Do we see Visual Studio? Yeah, we have it here. Code snippet, and what was the path? I forgot it almost. So need to check on the path, guys. Let me see where the project is being saved. So the solution is saved to this C users beneath source repository. So this is the place. Let's go in there. Let's go to this place. So we have this project configuration file, which is this one. Is it this one or something else? So yeah, it should be ending with the config. So this is the configuration file. So it ends with config, right? And we can check this properties in the notepad. So let's open it with notepad quickly. Maybe with Internet Explorer as well we can check. So what's inside this file? It has some properties, but it's not displaying properties. So let me open it with the notepad, which will give more proper view. So this is the configuration present in the file. So it's in XML, and it is the DTS configuration is the starting tag, and we have some additional information over here, right? Maybe if we have notepad plus plus here, I don't know. I don't have it installed on my machine. But yeah, if I'm opening it with Internet Explorer, it's displaying in black color though. It is opening with, so let's select this. So now it's displaying better way. So it is showing us some kind of configuration, right? Generate date and the configuration properties and some variable information right over here. Variable full name properties value type string, right? So this is the package configuration file. Okay. Now let me go back and go to another topic. Now what we will do, so we have created a configuration file so far, right? So now our next step would be to create and populate a new sample data folder. So we will create a new sample data folder like we had created before. Now on the C drive, what we will do, we will create a sample folder on the C drive. So let's create a new folder and name it new sample data maybe. And we need to locate the sample files on our computer and copy 3 of the files from that folder, which are good. So let's see where we had copied the sample files. I don't remember. I need to check. So give me a few minutes. Okay guys, finally I'm able to locate my sample files. So let's select 3 files out of this and put it in the folder. So the location of the files is this. I hope you have files in the same location. But now let me go to C drive and put that in the new sample data. I've picked up 3 random files from there. Alright, so this task is done guys. So we need to move to the next task, and now we will be covering step 3. Step 2 is done. Alright, now in step 3 what we will do, we will modify the directory property configuration value. So let's see how to do that. So we will talk about and show you how to modify the directory property configuration value. Now in this task what we will do, we will modify the configuration setting stored in the this particular file, DTS configuration file we were checking earlier, right? So I think this is the file. So we were opening this file with the, let me close this one. So we had opened that file with Edge. Let me try to open it again. So open it with, maybe instead of Edge, let's choose another app, and let's see if it gives Chrome as an option. No, it doesn't. So let's open it with Internet Explorer once again. And so if we take a look here, what in this task what we will do, we will modify this configuration file setting So configurations, we will modify a configuration setting which is stored in this particular file. SSIS tutorial.dts config is the file name, right? And we will set the value property. So we will set the value property, so this one, right, of the package level variable. So what is the package level variable over here? So this is a package variable, and the name of the variable is user defined variable. It's a user defined variable name is var folder name. All right, and we will modify its value, right? Now the variable updates the, now we had defined the variable to update the directory property of the for each loop container, right? We had done that earlier. Please check that out in the earlier part of this video. Now the modified value points to the new sample data folder. Alright, so we will change the directory to the new sample data folder that we had created in the C drive uh, over here, right? We have created this folder. So the modified value will now point to this particular folder, new sample data, and that we have created in the previous task. Now after we modify the configuration setting and run the package, the directory property is updated from the variable in the configuration file. Alright, so let me reiterate. When we, after we modify the configuration setting and when we run the package, the directory property is updated from the variable in the configuration file, which is this one. Alright, so the property will get updated from this file. Previously the directory property value was part of the package, right? So we were showing you that directory was configured over here, right? So it is showing me some exclamation sign as well, so I'm little bit concerned over here. So the path is not there, right? And we were setting up the expression which is also no longer so we have expression visible, so we have directory pointing to this variable folder name. All right, so whatever folder name we set over here in this file, right, we will set the value. That particular directory variable will take that value of this particular variable. All right, previously the directory property was configured here in this slot. Let me show you quickly. So it was available over here under the collection, so path was given here, so it was a hard-coded value of our directory. But right now what we are doing, we are using expression for the directory value. Alright, so we are ready. Now what we will do, we will modify the configuration setting of the directory property. Now in Notepad or any other text editor, let's open up this SSIS tutorial DTS config. Now let me modify this configuration file. So let's open it with the Notepad to modify it, right? So we have opened this file and we can change the value of the configured value. So we have this section configured value, right? And this is a closing tag, this is an opening tag. So what we will do, we will change the value of the configured value element to match the path of the new sample data folder that we created in the previous task. Now don't surround the path in quotes. We will put in the path, but don't surround that in quotes. If the new sample data folder is at the root level of your drive, C drive, alright, so the updated XML will show up like this. So let's update this configured value over here. So it should be pointing to C drive, and the path is let me new sample data. Let me write that down. So new sample data with spaces. So I've configured the directory. It should be configured like this without putting any quotes, and this is the right configuration. And there's a heading information which is saying generated by. Do you see that? So generated from package, generated date is there, so generated by, so it's giving me the account name through which I generated this file. So heading information which is generated by, generated from package name or generated from package ID, right? And generated date is also there, right? This will be different in your file maybe. Alright, not matching my values, but yeah, what we are concerned is with this value, C drive new sample data, which is the folder location where I've put in 3 files. Okay, the null element to note here is the configuration element, right? The value property of the variable, which is the user variable folder var folder name, now contains C drive new sample data as the configured value for this variable. Alright, now save the change, so we can do a file save. Now changes are saved and we can refresh the file here to see the path under the configured value. So let's refresh it. So now we see this value, new configured value. Right, now let's close this. Maybe I can minimize this as well, so that's okay. And let's go to next task where we will test the package, right? So we have built our package. Now let me show you how to run the package. So we are on task step 4 at present. We will test the lesson 5.dtsx package. Now at runtime your package obtains the value for the directory property from a configuration variable, which is this particular file. So this variable will receive this value at runtime, right? So once this variable has a value, it will assign that value to the directory property for that for each loop container. Alright. So let me reiterate. At runtime, your package will obtain the new value for the directory property from a configuration variable rather than from a directory name specified when you created the package. Alright. And the value of the variables comes from this XML file, right? Which is SSIS tutorial.dts config file. And to verify that the package updates the directory property with the new value during runtime, run the package. Because only 3 sample data files are in the new directory, the data flow runs only 3 times. Okay. So for each loop will run 3 times because we have 3 files in the directory. Now let's confirm the package layout, which is looking okay to me, but not sure why it is showing me exclamation sign here. Let's see. I have clicked on it, giving me some kind of warning maybe, I don't know, but let's see. I think we should be fine. Yeah, the enumerator configuration is okay, so fine. Let's try to run this. I don't know why I'm getting this warning, but else everything is looking okay. Control for tab is, let me check on that. I've not made any changes, so should be okay. Alright, let's see. Now on the debug menu, just run the package, do a start debugging. I hope exclamation mark will not cause any issues. So I've run the package and it is running the package right now. It will run it 3 times, so it is done. I think it was ran the package 3 times. Now once it is completed, you need to click on stop debugging. Alright, and I don't know how I can check the directory value. So it was saying to me to check the directory value. Let's see if the value is populated over here. Okay, the new directory is populated over here when we run the package. Alright, so means our configuration file is working. Okay, so guys, we are done with this tutorial. I hope you like this tutorial. So in next SSIS tutorial, what we will cover, let me mention that in the Word file. So we will cover another topic, which is basically, give me a second, let me talk about that. So in my next video, I will cover the topic basically using parameters with the project deployment model. So our project is in the package deployment model mode, right? It's not in the project deployment model. So in SSIS. So this will be our topic for the next video. Let me mark it with red color. So guys, do stay in tune, and if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so, otherwise you will miss on the notification when I will release new video. So there's a subscribe button below this video. Click on that subscribe button. It will give you a bell icon. Click on that bell icon and select the all notification options to get notification regarding all my future videos. Now let me take you back to my PowerPoint slides. Give me a minute. So alright guys, today we have covered integration ETL project tutorial, and we have covered how you can add package configuration for the package deployment model. We have used the XML file model, where we use the XML file to provide in the values at runtime, right? And this is the part 8 of this video. If you haven't watched the part from 1 to 7 of this video, please go ahead and do so. It's under the integration services playlist. You can find the link to that playlist in the video description area. And guys, if you are new to this channel, or if you are an old user who are seeing my channel from quite some time, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so immediately. And if you like this video, please click on the like button. And also guys, please do share your comments with us. We rarely get your comments, but we eagerly wait for them. So do post in your comments, suggestion, feedback, any requirements, any day-to-day experiences with SQL Server, any experiences where my content has helped you in some way, somewhere. And also let us know if you want us to make videos on some particular topics. Do let us know about that. Also, if you have a good network of friends, guys, please share my videos with your friends. There's a share button on YouTube through which you can share these videos with your friends, in case you feel that these videos can make a difference in their life. And also ask your friends to subscribe to my channel so that they can also reap the benefit of my channel, the content posted on my channel. I thank you so much once again for your time on this video today, and you have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.